How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Lead Therapy, and I really appreciate you taking your time tuning into my video. Before we get started with the video, if you guys could do me a favor after you watch the video, please help the channel out by liking, sharing, and subscribing and hitting those post notifications. I would be very grateful. The Catholic Church has suspended a pro-gun Mexican priest, Reverend Alfredo Gallegos, better known as Padre Pistolas, to many in the Mexican state of Michoacan, for his pro-self-defense advocacy against cartel violence, has allegedly been suspended by the Roman Catholic Church in Mexico. And though officials have said nothing publicly about the reasons for the suspension, there's really one controversial position the pastor has taken: fight back against drug cartels that are destroying the community. Gallegos first issued his call to arms from the pulpit during a sermon in 2021, when he called out cartel members for their wanton violence and for community members for standing by and not putting up a fight. The cartel gunmen come, they take the livestock, they screw your wife and daughter, and you do nothing. The Reverend Alfredo Gallegos said in a sermon, "Well, get yourself a gun, the government can go to hell. We have to defend our lives," Gallegos continued. Mexican law forbids most civilians from owning almost all firearms, except for extremely low caliber hunting rifles or shotguns. But Michoacan has a history of armed civilian self-defense, vigilante militia movements dating from 2013 and 2014. Back then, the vigilantes managed to chase the dominant Knights Templar cartel out, but rival cartels like the Viagras and the Jalisco cartel have moved in. Kidnappings, killings, and shootings have prompted thousands to leave their homes. At the time, Gallegos was backed by some fellow Roman Catholic clergy. The Reverend Gregorio Lopez, a priest known for once wearing a flak vest while celebrating Mass, has spent the last few years running shelters for people who have fled their homes due to violence. He has also tried to get asylum or refugee status for Michoacan residents in the United States. Lopez called Gallegos' sermon "the cry for the people." He is trying to be the voice of the people. And that is the feeling of the community, that they should be armed, said Lopez, who served as a sort of a spiritual advisor for some of the self-defense groups in 2014. According to CBS News, Gallegos was suspended by the Archdiocese of Morelia nearly a month ago, but the notice issued by the church officials to the other priests did not disclose the reason for his suspension, only noting that he had been admonished on several occasions previously. Gallegos' suspension appears to be nothing more than the result of his desire to see his flock to be able to protect themselves from the depredations of the cartels that have taken over their community. Gallegos isn't demanding more gun control, of which Mexico already has plenty. He's demanding the right of self-defense, which doesn't seem to exist in practice for average, ordinary citizens, even if it's mentioned in Mexican law. The Reverend seems like a stand-up guy, and if the authorities in Mexico are not going to protect his flock, he wants the flock to defend themselves. And that seems like the reason why they suspended him. Let me know what you think about Reverend Gallegos in the comments section down below. As always, if you enjoyed the video, or if I gave you some information you didn't know, please help the channel out by liking, sharing, and subscribing and hitting those post notifications. And I'll see you guys in the next video.